that the eyes of the world will be on Cornwall this time next week. I mean, I feel like it already is, really.
Yeah, it's really come around quickly.
Really has. As we host the G7 event, we've been hearing from our friends at Cornwall Voluntary Sector Forum about their exciting alternative G7 event that takes place online on Friday the 11th of June. To remind us of the details, please welcome Laura Barnes. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing? Lovely to have you on the show.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not bad, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, doing pretty good actually. It's a very packed day, so we're just sort of getting through each guest. And by the time we've had time to sort of, enjoy the fact how interesting someone is and what they've been talking about, we're immediately on to the next one. So it's just like flipping it. Always interesting people, much like yourself. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks to all of your team actually, because we've been working quite closely with Nathan and some others behind the scenes. So yeah, just wanted to say thanks so much to you guys for everything.
The powers that be, that as we call them. I'm just having a quick look at them now, and I'm just getting a very creepy stare back. That's absolutely perfect. So, for those viewers who may have missed Helen and Joe speaking on Chaos TV, can you remind us about the work that Cornwall Voluntary Sector Forum do?
Yeah, sure. So it's a charity that is designed to support other charities. So we do that with sort of connecting them with creating this event and sharing knowledge and information, and really trying to kind of empower charities in Cornwall to work together and other voluntary sector sort of organisations like social enterprises.
Brilliant. So what would you say what's your role? Where do you fit into all of this?
I'm a communications officer, but also I've been leading on planning this G7 event. And so, I suppose I've probably got a hold of most of all the stuff, if you know what I mean, and looking forward to it.
I can imagine that's quite a large task for you. Have you been able to hold on all right? Has it been a bit of a challenge getting everything sorted, or have you managed to sort of cruise on with it?
I've been cruising on, but I think I've just been really lucky because we've had so much support from other brilliant organisations like yourselves, and we've had some support from an NHS Horizons team and Salesforce who have been giving us some support. So, I certainly haven't been alone, and the rest of the team has been working amazingly as well. So, yeah, lots of work's gone into it, but it's been a real team effort.
Really lovely stuff. I remember the interviews we've had. I can't remember the names now. Was it Helen and Joe?
Yeah.
That was it. We've had. It's been lovely to hear about it all going on and all the stuff you've all been doing. It's nice to see another face and just really work out the cogs of the system. So let's get back to it. Why do you think it was important to create an alternative G7 event?
I think, what I only started this job a couple of months ago, but what I find really exciting about it is kind of flipping the power structure of what the G7 means, and this sort of hierarchy, and turning that on its head and saying that actually people are where the power is. And so one of the ways we're doing that is, I know both Helen and Joe mentioned the I Am Cornwall videos, but the kind of motivation behind the I Am Cornwall videos is that at the beginning of the conference, we're going to have all the people who've submitted videos are essentially opening the conference. And I think, instead of having someone rich or powerful or superpowers, we've just got people, just everyday people, saying what Cornwall means to them.
I love that. I remember Helen talking about the I Am Cornwall.
Yeah.
Would you say which part are you most excited for, and just sort of remind us about some of the things that will be happening?
So it's kind of split. It's quite interesting because we've sold they're free, 200 tickets. And so we've only got 80 left for the sort of main conference, which is like a Teams conference. And we've got speakers in there who are sort of like epidemiologists, who I managed to say it, who work for, who've been doing amazing work in the pandemic, and people who've co-created with communities kind of health and social solutions for them. And so I'm really looking forward to all of that. I wish I could kind of be everywhere, because what's happening at the same time is over here on Chaos, we've got three kind of topic experts who are going to be reacting to our conference, but also news that's being sort of fed to us from the G7 summit. And I can't be on Chaos and in the conference at the same time, but I wish I could be, because I think, there's going to be some really interesting stuff to comment on. But one good thing is, if you do sign up for a ticket, we're going to send everything across as like an e-brochure afterwards, so you could go back and watch anything that you miss on the day.
That's brilliant stuff. You've actually linked in something I want to ask here. We've asked both Helen and Joe this. What would you say would be the most important not to miss parts of this entire thing?
I mean, for me, my colleague Ellen has been working tirelessly with your colleague Alex on creating some videos that really show some of the community organisations and the volunteers and how hard they work. And it's Volunteers Week this week. So, I think what a lovely way to say thanks to all of those people who, give up their time for free to just help keep Cornwall safe and pleasant and keep, the most vulnerable people in society safe. I think everyone who works at Cornwall Voluntary Sector Forum, although we have paid jobs, we all do some volunteering as well, because we kind of see how important that is. So anything that that I Am Cornwall video and these specialist videos that show people in their communities, that's my don't miss.
Brilliant stuff. I do like that you've actually. So when we asked Helen and Joe that one, we got the very. It was lovely that they so enjoyed it. We got the very typical, you can't miss any of it. I love the fact that you've got some favourite parts in there as well. It's really lovely to see. You mentioned earlier the I Am Cornwall videos. How can other people of Cornwall get involved in that? Is that something that's still going?
Yeah, we're kind of accepting submissions right up until pretty much the day before. So all we're asking people to do is to turn your phone to landscape and make sure that it's facing you, and then record the sentence "I am Cornwall" when followed by what it means to you, and you can send that by WhatsApp to 07990 633 615. There's information about that on our website, or they can email it across to me, and that information is also on our website.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
So we've got 80 tickets left, you said, so we need people to get on that website and sign up. So obviously it's an important day. It's sort of quite historic what's actually happening. What would you like the legacy of the day to be?
I think just really the idea of everybody sharing information and working together more is kind of, I just find that actually since I started this job, and particularly with planning this event, it's been done in such a co-creative way that, it is in some ways it takes longer, because you kind of need to get everybody's opinions and take those into consideration. But then it truly feels like something that belongs to everybody. It's not just one person or one organisation. It wouldn't have been possible without all of the help and support of kind of all of the people that have got involved. And I hope that is an example to people. But also some of the projects that are coming on to talk about how they've supported communities are just really inspiring. And the majority of that comes from, like I say, consulting with the communities and finding out what they want, how best to give people what they want by asking.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. It's lovely to have heard from you, Laura, and thank you for coming on the show. Thank you so much for giving us another sneak peek of what's to come. Please come back again sometime soon. It'd be lovely to hear more from you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
You.
Absolutely brilliant. We're really looking forward to next week's activities. And if you'd like more information, please head over to cornwallvsf.org or search Cornwall VSF across social media. Don't forget, we'll be joining in on the celebrations with a special broadcast to coincide with the activities on Friday the 11th of June, right here on Chaos TV.
It's going to be a big day.
It really is. So yeah, I mean, by now, if you haven't heard about the G7 or the alternative G7, I mean, where have you been? Where have you been, folks? Really, I love the stuff that these guys are doing. It's been lovely to interview each one of them week by week. It gives you a little bit more of an insight into how it all works and how much they're all working together, and just the positivity of them all as well.
It is. It's Cornwall taking a bit of control and doing a bit of doing their own event as well. I like it.
Showing the rest of the world what we can do.
Yeah.
You know, we may be small comparatively, but yeah, we're big. We're here.